I know that a huge turning point in your life after talking to you came after a specific experience. And that specific experience, if you want to talk about, I'd love to dive into it a little bit.
You mean ayahuasca?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I have no problem with that.
So this is going towards the psychedelic spectrum of life.
Mm-hmm.
It would be awesome if you could speak a bit about it and what benefits you got from ayahuasca or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sure, I have no problem with that. I'd say just a bit of disclaimer for the people listening is that, oh boy, this will go deep. This will touch into this will go into very deep waters, and I'll also be talking about topics like spirituality, and I will even be mentioning God because it plays a valuable point.
Oh no, it's going deep. Okay.
And what I mean by that, when I say the word God, what I mean essentially the universe, the source of creation, the one, the all, that which encompasses all, which is out of bounds of space, out of bounds of time. It's not like some dude sitting in the clouds with the TV remote watching humanity. It's just something that it's like a concept. It's like an idea. It's something that's essentially created the whole universe. That's what I'm referring to. This primal source, part of source, which at the same time, I truly believe is intelligent, is also conscious, and also is loving. And through this energy of love, everything is created in this universe. So that's what I mean when I talk about the God. I had heard about a few times about ayahuasca in the past, but I was like, okay, I'd like to try something like that, but it wasn't in my priorities, so to say. Let's talk about the ceremony part. Oh boy. In short, in that ceremony, I experienced the greatest fear that I've ever experienced in my life. For a while, I thought that I might die, like literally. But also at the same time, what I wanted to say is that not only did I experience my greatest fear, I would say that I experienced the greatest point of love in my entire life. And that's something that, oh boy. So it was a 3-day ceremony. There was 2 days of drinking ayahuasca brew, and the first day was let's say preparation day. We were 26 people who were going together in the ceremony, and there were I think five like the guides, the shamans, the kind of.
What country was this?
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Netherlands. Yeah. One more thing when it comes to the drinking ayahuasca is on the day of the ceremony. Food is only after the ceremony, so there's no food prior to that. And also in the coming days after the ceremony, we were encouraged to eat less food in general to kind of more prepare our bodies, because ayahuasca is a deep cleaning process. A lot of things.
So you throw up.
Yeah,
basically.
It's natural. Every single person that was there, that was in the ceremony, all the 26 people, both days, everyone threw up.
Yeah.
This like small being, and you have this just waterfall of endless things flowing onto you. These things that are happening, these experiences happening, that also includes new information, new learnings, just what you feel, what you see, what you sense. And it's impossible to take all of it within you. It's impossible. So many things that are afterwards forgotten because we cannot perceive all of it. But at the same time, after the ceremony, part of it sticks and you become a bit of a bigger being. Mm-hmm. The second day is that that was the day when I experienced the greatest fear of my life.
Second day.
Second day. And so how it all kind of happened was that I felt that I became this. Basically, I returned to the state of when I was not even born yet, like I was a fetus, and I was actually like sleeping, like very like crawled up in my place.
In the fetal position, yeah.
Yeah, I was completely crawled up, and I had like all the blanket all over me, and I was just like sitting there, like drooling or like really like completely like, and I was feeling that I was basically completely helpless in that state.
Yeah.
And and then I had this feeling that something is extremely bad. Something is very, very bad, very bad. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. And it came with a very, 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 very great fear. This kind of fear that you don't understand where it comes from. And it was paired when I was already feeling like I was the weakest the most vulnerable that I could possibly be. Whew. And it was very, 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 very scary. Very scary. Very scary. Yes. And so what I later realized that, and it's actually interesting, where did that fear come from, is that I see that when my mother was pregnant with me, my sister had, let's say, she had a part of her internal organ basically broke, like part of her intestine.
Your
broke.
sister?
For my sister.
So
yes.
you were there was two of you in the womb?
No. My sister was 12 years older than me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I was still in the mother's womb. My sister living already here and 12 years old. And she had to be taken to the hospital quickly, and basically it was close to her to dying. She could have died because
Your mom?
No, my sister.
Your sister.
My
Sorry,
sister. Yeah. Because she had like internal bleeding and breaking, and it was going very, let's say, very grim.
Yeah.
And when my mother found out, that she found out from like doctors that said, hey, that's what the first thing she found out was that my sister was on the operation table just being now operated because otherwise she might die. And that's, if you hear something like that to your children, you're like, of course you're gonna start really to freak out. And see, that was the thing. I wasn't born yet. I was in the womb, but I experienced that great stress that my mother experienced. And it stayed with me.
So, but that was 12 years before you were born?
No. It was when I was in the womb.
Okay.
So my sister is 12 years older than me. That's what I was saying. Making sense? Or
so was your sister already born and she was alive? And
yes.
She
was 12.
Okay, so she was 12 years old and she had a huge, like a big internal problem.
Yeah, injury.
With her. Yeah, okay. And your mum obviously had the stress from the fear that her daughter's going to be possibly dead.
Yeah.
And you felt that through your ayahuasca experience.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah, and what it's just to me shows that even when the baby hasn't born yet, it still feels what the mother feels.
That's
It's
crazy.
still in connection with these things.